Alright, so once more we play Disciples. We'll be going to like the second part of mission 2. But before we basically do that, I figured it'd be a good time basically to jump back in, like, you know, do a little more tutorializing, so let's do so. Alright, that's off. Alright, so last time basically I was like in here, I described how basically like, you know, you have like your like, you know, sort of like very heroes might magic like S type of gameplay, where you basically like, you know, travel on the map, basically like doing stuff and stuff like that. I figured this time around, let's just talk about the units they actually use to do so, and like, you know, their intrinsics and stuff like that. So I'll note that for the Empire, you'll see I basically have like these 5 heroes I basically like, you know, hire for like, you know, do like my party stuff and like, you know, run around the map with. They're the Pegasus Knight, the Ranger, the Archmage, the Archangel, and the Thief. And these like heroes are basically like what I basically use to patrol the map and like, you know, do my various activities, so like fighting battles and like, you know, conquering cities and like, you know, visiting ruins and stuff. Now, I'll note that basically, like, you know, something about this game is that there's basically, like, you know, going to be, like, these 3 heroes for all the different factions, so, basically, like, the Undead faction, the, like, you know, the Demon faction, the Dwarf faction, they'll all have basically their, like, you know, own melee hero, their own, like, you know, sort of, like, you know, ranged hero, and their own, like, you know, Mage Hero, and they also have, of course, the Rock Planters and their fees as well. And all these guys are basically sort of, like, different, but, you know, they basically also follow like, the sort of same, like, formula, more or less. I'll note that the Pegasus Knight here, by the way, basically here's this little thing here. So the Pegasus Knight is the lead fighter for the Empire. His high leadership and flight ability are his best assets. So I'll note that basically this guy's a flying hero, and if you basically like, you know, haven't really like guessed what flying basically does for you, if you use basically fly in this game, they're basically able to like ignore train ability. So it's basically like, you know, I basically go into like the map over here.
My liege.
Yes, the hero who's basically my ranger hero. Whenever I basically travel around the map with him, he's basically like, you know, losing like movement points by basically moving through force and like water and stuff like that. And there's ways to negate it, but you know, basically like whenever I'm moving like yes around the map, he basically has to lose like movement points because he's running around like, you know, in waters and force and stuff. If you have a flying hero, like say this Archangel here, these guys basically don't have to worry about like water and like, you know, terrain penalties and stuff like that. So there's this like you like, you know, move really fast across the water and across like force and stuff like that to like, you know, plant the routes. And I'll note that the range the not ranger hero, but you know, the Pegasus Knight hero basically for like the Empire here, his whole skill is that basically he's a flying hero and basically can like for sort of like, you know, quickly like move over to like, you know, hit like targets, but basically, you know, in like, you know, harsh terrain and stuff like that. Now, I'm not about the Ranger hero is technically still faster because he basically has movement points of like, you know, 35 opposed to like this has 20. But, you know, this is something to sort of throw out there about like, you know, these like 2 heroes here. Anyhow, I'll note that basically about this game here. So, there's basically the melee hero, there's the Ranger hero, and the Mage hero. And all of them basically have like their sort of like different intrinsics for like each different factions. So, you probably already saw this, but basically like the Pegasus Knight versus like the like Death Knight from like the Undead Hordes. You notice that this guy has like 150 HP. And the Death Knight basically had like a lot more HP in this, like I think it's like 165 or something like that. So, it's basically something for out there with the Empire is that they have like the sort of like, you know, weaker units basically in this game, they're more fragile, but at the same time they're more versatile in that they have like say the healers and like, you know, the mages and like everything else in their background that can really help them out. So you really need to be able to, like to chop through them quickly basically is the thing, so that's just how it goes. But anyhow, the Pegasus Knight basically like, you know, he has like, you know, 150 HP here, 50 damage and like 50 initiative. The thing about the Pegasus Knight is he's essentially a squire basically, and like, you know, how basically sort of operates, but he basically has like more HP than a squire, which makes him like a lot more like durable to like, you know, basically protect your back row. And basically like the idea of like this game here, you can basically have like, you know, a hero on the front line or a hero on the back line if you basically want to. So I've been basically going through like my playthroughs with like the Ranger, like, you know, hero for like, you know, the other like, you know, different like, you know, factions basically played, but I could actually go like, you know, with the Pegasus Knight, and it's actually worth knowing about it. The Pegasus Knight, the Death Knight, the Duke for like the like, you know, Leading to the Damned, and the like, you know, Knight's Guard basically for mountain clans. They're basically all very like, you know, good newbie picks basically to pick up because they're all very like, you know, durable basically for like what they're going to basically do, and they're not really taking away from your back row. Like, you know, I could basically like, you know, have like the Pegasus Knight, and he'd be really good to basically show off like, you know, the Acolyte, the like, you know, the like archers, like, you know, the mages all at once basically if I want to. And this is what makes like the Pegasus Knight really, really good for like the Empire here. So like, you know, they're very, very tanky for like their back row, but you know, I'll not basically like, you know, so here's something I'll put his playthrough by the way. Basically for this playthrough, by the way, I'm actually going for like the Ranger Hero because like there is like other like YouTube like playlists, and if you haven't already guessed it, basically like I'm actually like playing like the names of like other like YouTubers who have actually like already played this game, and those YouTubers actually like only did like this game with like the melee heroes, so I figured I'd be like do a little bit different from them, and it's like use like the Ranger Heroes instead, but whatever. All right, so basically that's the Pegasus Knight up here. Here's the Ranger up here. So, Rangers are the scouts of the Empire. They travel at high speed upon the lands. So, this guy's stick is that he's basically like a very fast-moving, like, explorer. He has very good sight range, and he basically has very, like, good movement points, basically around, like, flat terrain. And he's a little bit more, like, buffed than, like, the normal archers, basically, as well, which is, like, very nice about him. Now, another idea of, like, these, like, rangers here, they're essentially, like, your archers with, like, very, like, high initiative and, like, very, like, good, like, damage and stuff like that. And as you go along leveling these guys up, they can actually get like artifacts and stuff like that to help with their like movement point penalties, so it's not like a big deal to them. But anyhow, finally there's the Archmage over here. So, Masters of the Arcane. An Archmage is the only leader from the Empire that can use staves and scrolls. So, unless this guy's very special, like much like your other heroes here, and he has like his own like sort of like niche that he basically like looks after. This guy's actually like the weakest of your heroes technically because he basically has like the lowest movement points and like the lowest HP. But he basically like hit like all the targets basically in like the like enemy party with like very damage, which is very very nice about him. And he has fairly good initiative for like what he has to offer as well. Now, another thing about like these heroes basically is that they all have like sort of different purposes and how to basically like operate. The Pegasus Knight is basically supposed to be like your assault hero who basically like, runs around like wipe out the our parties and like doing that sort of thing. The Ranger is basically more so for like exploring like the lands to like uncover what's basically there, and basically like you get all the goodies basically before like the other like Empire really has a chance to stop you. The Archmage is a little bit different from like these two heroes in that instead of like being like sort of like an attack hero so to speak or like an explorer, he's basically all about utility. So this guy has something called staff and scrolls, and when I basically get around to it, this guy can actually use like the staves and like the scrolls basically in my capital to like, cast stuff. I obviously showed this off I think a little bit in like the the previous like mission, but these guys are so like they hang back to like cast the spells basically for you. You can't level them up if you basically want to, and they can be like very good like attackers as well. But with 65 XP they never really get strong, so it's usually better to have like rangers or like the Pegasus Knight basically do that sort of thing. So that's why you're using like ranger here basically for sort of purpose. Anyhow, that's our three heroes here. Now, I should probably note by in terms of difference between like the different factions and stuff like that. I'll note that basically like the mountain clans are a little bit different from like the Empire and like the Undead Hordes, while like the Legion of the Clans are a little bit different from like all of the other factions as well. So to throw out some intrigues here, I'll note that basically the Pegasus Knight here and the Death Knight are like flying units, and the thing about the like the lead heroes in this game is that like they're very like good for like getting around, and there's basically like a couple of like key differences to note about like the Pegasus Knight for like and a Death Knight for like the mountain clans like guy as well. So I'll basically get into that in a moment. But before we get to it, I'll note that down here is basically the Archangel, and basically the Archangel has the ability to transfer the land by playing magical rods. So she's basically all about like running around basically planting rods for you. She's not really like an attack hero. She only has a leadership of one, so she can only take like one buddy around for her to like keep her alive. But anyhow, besides her is also the Thief. The Thief is an expendable unit that does not gain experience. Thieves are enrolled to execute various tasks, and if captured, execution will be prompt. I'm not probably very much that the Archangel and the Thief are basically like expendable units that you're probably gonna get killed a lot, but they're very very useful for what you basically use them for. And it's sort of like this pointed out by the way. I'll note that basically over here, of course, like the Archangels have been like playing rods basically to grab my train here, and you saw like with this guy here can basically infiltrate like, the enemy pirates. You can basically see like what they basically have like in like their their armies and stuff like that. So we can basically see this guy's city defenses of like the warrior, the temple, the ghost over here. I looked into his rune here with this guy, and I might do the same over here when I get around to it as well. We can also poison pirates, like with like the with the other stuff we can basically do with the guildmaster. We can also like do other stuff as well, but whatever. All right, so before I basically like continue on like my playthrough here, by the way, let's just quit the game here. So I basically like show off like the other heroes a little bit there. So let's just go to Ashes once more. I'm just going to like quickly just jump over to like the other factions here. So here's like the Legion of Damn, by the way. So note that all of, like the different like factions will have like different heroes and stuff like that. So let's just quickly like look over them as well, I guess basically. So here's like our Duke basically here. So we're just gonna kick him out for a moment. Alright, so I'll note basically like, you'll note that basically a similar setup for like the heroes basically for the our factions basically. So like they all have like their melee hero, they're like, they're like scout hero, their mage hero, their rock planter, and like their thief. I'll note basically look at these guys here. You'll notice like the thief here for like the Legion of the Damned. He basically has the same like HP as like the our thief basically is there, but he has like I think a little bit more movement points than our thief as well. There's the Baroness. She's basically very similar to like the Archangel. She basically has the flying and plant rod ability, so you see what she's basically all about. Now, no, by the way, like each of the rock plants have different sort of like special effects they basically do. I'll note that our hero, the Archangel, is basically gonna heal people, but the Baroness here, she can basically like fear people with like the mind source damage, so she can basically cause people to run away, which is very very useful sometimes. But by the way, you can just note that these guys have these basically always have the same sort of like description here and stuff like that. Their stats play a little different, but whatever. But the Baroness here. The Baroness has the power to transform the land by planting magical rods. They terrify their enemies in battle. If they cannot flee, they will paralyze. So that's basically how the Baroness basically works. Here's like the air heroes for like the Legion of the Damned here, by the way. So here's the Duke. The Duke is the warrior leader of the Damned. His flying ability and high leadership are his best assets. So note this guy basically has the same HP as like our hero as well. So basically 150 HP. He has a little more movement points because the Legion of Damned are a little more mobile than like our like forces, but that's like the one of the traits based on the Legion of Damned. They're basically very mobile like heroes and stuff like that. Now another big trait basically about these guys as well. Note that all their units basically are flying units as well, so they got like flying mages and like flying like scouts as well, which is very very nice. But whatever. The Counselor is a heretic vanguard. He travels at high speed upon the lands. So very similar to our ranger by with like 9 HP and like 40 damage, but he's basically like a ranger like version of like our ranger. A little bit more movement. He's actually like he's got similar like movement points basically to our ranger by the way as well, but whatever. There's the Archdevil. He's a lot faster than our mage as well as flying, so that's good about him. But it's very similar like HP, similar like sort of hit everyone for 30 damage type of thing. The Archdevil can render asunder any power of his abilities to use stays and scrolls, so much like the other like factions, they all have like their utility of stays and scrolls or mage hero, so that's something you'll basically find like common to all of them. And let's go back in here. Let's go check out the other guys and hit multiplayer by accident there. My apologies. So do it again. New quest, Ashes to Ashes. Let's go check out the dwarves basically for a moment, or actually, we'll go check out the Undead Horse here. So, I'm not the Undead Horse, basically, guys, we're fighting against like in our battles right now. So, let's check this out for a moment.
As you wish.
So there's a Death Knight right there, by the way. Oh, okay. So worth knowing. Apparently, they all have like the same like HP, I guess. There must have been a level like Death Knight basically like he was fighting like last time, so he had a little more HP than like level 1 like Death Knight, but whatever. So basically here's like the melee hero for like the undead forces. The Death Knight's ferocity and battle is unmatched. His high leadership and flying ability are his greatest assets. So this guy flies like much like our Pegasus Knight. Very similar to like our guys. Now it's worth noting by the way that the undead basically don't have a ranger hero, so to speak. They have like this like vampire basically as their ranger hero. So as far as sort of most vampires, they drain the life force of their enemies. So this guy's very different from like the other like ranger heroes for like the like other factions, because instead of like being able to like hit these guys with like range attacks for like a high amount of damage, he basically drains the lives of all the units based on the other field like a mage. So it's kind of interesting that the like the undead basically have like a mage hero that basically like is like their like vanguard here. But whatever, he's very very fast. He basically has like a definitely because basically like all these like guys have definitely basically, but whatever. Definitely for like all the undead forces for like their dead units basically. But anyhow, basically they're very interesting like the ranges for like the for like the undead horse, because they can basically like drain like the life of everyone around them, which is very nice. Here's the Lich Queen. The mightiest of female necromancers transform themselves into Lich Queens. As such, they can use stacing scrolls. So basically it's like the undead mage hero, very similar to our hero except a little bit slower, I think. She has 65 HP. She has like fire damage as opposed to like undead like death damage. Now there's actually something to note about the like the undead forces, by the way. I note that their like undead like mage hero has like fire damage is like their like damaging spell, and it's actually done for a very specific reason, because you note that basically all these guys here are like the like undead forces basically. The initiator here basically has like death damage over here. The Wolverine here basically has death damage basically as like his source of damage here. So if you basically want to have like a hero that has like a little bit of like different like damage and death, the look screen is basically how you can basically get around it. So unlike the other factions, you might actually want to make use of the look screen basically for its purpose here to like do fire damage to like things that are like immune to like the death and physical. Because there will be like times where basically find like there'll be like enemies basically you're gonna fight against that are gonna have like immune to like physical weapon damage or like or death damage all at once. And these guys really help out with like making up for like that deficiency for the undead where they don't have like any other like damage types besides like death and like and like physical damage. But whatever. Here's the Banshee. No problem that she doesn't fly like the the Archangel or the Baroness. So she's basically like a grounded like plant, raw planter, but she basically does like everything else the same for the most part. The spirits of unfaithful lives wander around as banshees, playing rods and spread death across the land. So she basically paralyzes people as opposed to like causing them to run away like the Baroness. But whatever. She's basically just like a ghost. All right. So before we basically continue players, like one more faction to show off here. So let's just jump back in here with like the dwarves. So let's go this way once and twice.
Why, Warden's beard!
Now the dwarves are very like particular for like a race in this game because you notice that basically all their units are basically grounded, so to speak. Like this guy doesn't have any flying ability. The Proud Dwarf doesn't have any flying ability. They're all basically like grounded like warriors, basically, so to speak. Which basically has its like sort of charm basically to it, but it's also very annoying to basically play with. But whatever. But anyways, here's the King's Guard. So here's something to note about the dwarves, by the way. Note that basically all of them have like really high HP values. So this guy's like 225 like HP right here. This guy's like 135 HP. This guy's like 95 HP. The Proud Dwarf has 150 HP. The Fifi has like 150 HP. So I'm not basically something very interesting about like the amount of clans, but basically get to that in a moment. But let's read the descriptions here. So honor guards with Dwarven Kings, some are sent on missions, commanding armies as they are familiar with combats. So note that these guys basically are very, very powerful units that have like lots of HP. But note that they have very little movement points basically as a result as well. So they're basically the thing with the dwarves that they're big and tanky units that take like forever to get wherever they need to go. Basically, the thing with the dwarves bots, they have like very high damage output, but they have like a sacrifice to both their initiative and their movement points. So they're basically like a very like defensive like race based of his like game, so to speak. And you'll basically notice that this is like the same like the engineer, like the lore master over here, basically. So whereas they're like Ranger Hero plays an initiative at 70 basically, so to speak. This guy's initiative 50. And he also has like less movement points than like the 35 I basically have my Ranger, or like the 40 basically like the the 35 like Ranger, or like the like Nosferat, or the 40 of like the the Vanguard guy of like the demons, the Counselor. But this guy basically has like very high initiative for what it basically does. Same like damage basically output as like our range basically, but a lot more HP, less initiative basically. That's basically how he sort of works. I'm not sure as well, but I think their experience amounts might be a little bit like higher as well than our guys. I'll have to check that, but 250 like for this guy right here, 200 for this guy right here, 200 for this guy right here. So by the way, note the descriptions here. Engineers use their crossbows in battle. Their high mobility makes them good scouts. And for the Lore Master, keeper of the knowledge and custom of the mountain clans, the Lore Master has the ability to use staves and scrolls. So basically like this earth to like all enemies, but it's like more HP to make up for it. Very, very nice. There's a Proud Dwarf. The Proud Dwarf has been chosen by the Valkyries to transport in the land with magical rods. Now, I was perfectly honest as well that this like guy, like the Proud Dwarf for like the mountain clans, he's actually very different from like the other rock planners that I've basically seen before, because this guy actually attacks people like physically with an axe. So he actually like goes and like damages people like with damage as opposed to like making them run away or like fearing them or stuff like that. So he's a lot more like in your face basically as like a rock planter as opposed to the other three. But whatever. All right, so that's basically all the heroes basically in this game. We're just gonna turn this basically on at this point. Now let's just get to it, shall we? So spent about 20 minutes basically talking about that. So let's just like at least go for about 20 minutes basically like playing the game here, I guess. So that'll be the plan. All right, so I don't like the fact that it's basically too like someone's basically all over the place, but we'll always have to wipe them out is what be the thing.
For the high
So let's get to it, I guess. Now, did I build anything last time? We don't have the money for it. We don't have the money for it, so never mind. Did I research a spell? I really don't have the mana base to research spells, I guess, so we'll hold off on that too. It sounds like I just lost a hero somewhere, but whatever. No probably recruits from like new units basically over here to like, you know, defend a city, but you know, he didn't have enough basically to buy a hero or anything like that, so that's the thing as well, but whatever. Alright, let's see here. I'm tempted to get this guy resurrected, but I think I'll take the city here first, so let's do that. We'll just take over this like town right here. Let's make it to him. And wow, these guys hit for like 50 damage as opposed to 25, so they're very, very damaging, these guys now. Boom. Alright, heal this guy up. And let's wipe you out. And let's heal up our Mage Hero, I guess. There's some experience. So good for the thief. It is I who sold the scepter to the sorcerer. I stole it from a party of sleeping dwarves. Since it has been in his possession, the undead have been turning against each other, no? So apparently some guy basically stole like the rod, and like now that they are fighting each other, but whatever. Alright, let's just like quickly roast my guy here. We'll let this guy basically try to like, you know,
for the high father.
You know, heal up there a little bit. Alright, I want to be like, you know, away from this like summon because it might spawn like a unit to basically fight me here, so let's march our like units away here if I get the chance to, so let's go up here a little bit and we'll see what's around here.
Yes.
So there's a couple of Wolverines and basically just like, you know, ruined tower up here apparently. Good to know.
My knees.
I'm listening.
What now?
We'll save our mana in case we need to cast like, you know, living armor or like, you know, or haste like or stuff like that, so that'll be a plan. But I got enough money to buy like, you know, the other stuff here, so let's see here. Get the tower, or you want to get like, you know, the church. So there's the experience level right there, by the way. There's this guy's experience level. He's gonna go first, by the way, so we'll get the, you know, the priest is like upgrade first, I guess. We'll just get that out of the way. Actually, I clicked out of the window there, but whatever. Let's just quickly heal these guys basically up over here. I really don't need to heal these guys in the back line, by the way, because they're like, you know, already like, you know, pre-protected, so I can't quite get all the way over there, unfortunately, so maybe I'll go after the orc over here. Might be the plan. Yeah, let's go clear out this layer so we're really close to this guy. We're just like, you know, pop in like, you know, down this way after that. Let's take these orcs on. Hopefully we'll be enough experience to level this guy up as well, so we hit this guy. Hit to him. We hit to him. Ow. I'm going to show this guy this lives, so we'll seal this guy up. And boom. There we go. Let's big heal to my like bush hunter here. Oh, that wasn't enough to heal this guy basically into like, you know, his like, you know, witch hunter form, but whatever. We'll get him like, you know, next turn, I guess. Got some gold. Not bad.
For the high father.
Let's move this guy around over here, I guess. So there's apparently like an ogre this way, some other stuff this way as well. So some stuff makes it find.
Yes.
You can go this way maybe. I don't mind if you're getting killed because he's like, you're not like, you know, holding anything really important, so he basically can look around basically as he wants to.
For the high father.
Wow, we got some gold here to like buy more upgrades, so let's go and buy the wizard like tower over here. So you get a wizard upgrade when you get around to it. Alright, so Let's go wipe this summon out so we can basically get access to, like, you know, this life man right here. Will be the plan. So, kill us off. We'll focus on this guy first because he can actually inflict damage, so do with him I can. Oh, we missed. He missed too. That's nice. He's paralyzed, that's fine. So this guy's gonna level up basically after this battle, so let's focus on, like, you know, healing up this guy. Hit to him. Hit to him. So there's a witch hunter basically, like, you know, make use of. That's very nice. So singular peasant. Since the sorcerer and master were raised the dead, chaos has fallen upon the lands. Thieves attack unguarded cities and rule as noblemen. So that's basically why I see, like, Fug's basically, like, you know, ruling the place, so to speak. That's done.
For the High Father.
Look at you look over here a little bit, I guess. So more goblins over here. Ah, another tomb over here apparently look at. That's very nice.
Yes.
And you can't really do anything over here, so let's go this way a little bit. So another orc champion this way apparently. There's some death man down here, or infernal man can possibly get there as well.
My liege.
I'm listening.
Yes.
Alright, so we still have some money to buy some stuff. Let's go to the dungeon over here, so basically getting access to, like, you know, the Inquisitor when we go around to it. So currently we got access to, like, these guys here. The witch hunters, we have, like, you know, 125 XP. They're, like, mind immune and stuff like that. We'll try and get these guys next, so they have, like, you know, they're, like, you know, 150 XP, mind immunity and stuff like that. So we can get those guys if we get the chance to. Alright, she doesn't really have that much purpose to, like, you know, right now, so I'm actually moving her over here, I think.
My liege.
So on this point, basically, I got myself this witch hunter here. We're just gonna swap him out with this guy over here. So basically, has a little bit more, like, defense, basically, to, like, protect herself. And we'll take this guy basically out to, like, you know, try and assault basically the city over here, I think will be the plan. So he can't get down there right now, but, you know, where can he go? Alright, let's just send him down, like, you know, just, like, next turn, I guess, will be the plan. Look at him over here.
For the High Father.
I guess I'll send her basically back in destruction at this point, so you gonna go this way.
What now?
You know, it's a little bit, like, you know, unnecessary doing this, but, you know, let's just poison the city here a little bit to try, like, you know, weaken these guys up a little bit. Next turn, you know, we're actually getting around to it. So we do it with them. So let's poison the city. Oh, we failed. So your fear's been captured and executed. Sucks as the fate of failure is basically, like, you know, in this game. But whatever. He did his job well enough. Alright, we can't actually get to that right away, so that's a bit of a nuisance. You know, I'm trying to fight this orc champion to get him out of the way and get this guy a whole lot of experience, basically, so maybe I'll do that.
Get them!
Then we can see, like, what's back here as well, so let's hit this guy here. Oh, note that these, like, are, like, you know, much powerful, more powerful than the other guys. They have, like, 8 damage, so only orcs with a big mouth rank can aspire to become orc champions. Feared and honored leaders of the nomadic tribe. So a lot more HP, a lot more, like, you know, damage basically, but, you know, that's all about it for them. Ooh! I don't expect them to go after this guy, but okay, they did. Down he goes. enough to basically get up to, like, you know, witch hunter rank, but whatever, he'll get there soon. And I have his path open up when we get down here next time for sure, so that's fine.
I'm listening.
Alright, you can go up basically up in this way, I guess, so just keep flying. I'm not sure if basically someone is like landing over here, so it's gonna probably claim the land to, like, you know, get that right there. That'll be the plan probably.
My liege.
And of course I have my ways to buy stuff, so what to get, what to get. You know, I'm not sure I'm gonna basically build Titans basically, but you know, we'll get to something to show them off if I get around to it, so we'll buy this. I have a little bit of mana at this point, so let's get access to strength, I guess. Oh, did it crash? It crashed. Well, that's the thing about this game, it's old. Please work, I'll save. Work for me, I'll save, that's why I ask of you.
For the High Father.
See, I probably have everything built as I should. Yep, all built, so let's our turn.
My liege.
Alright, so give me a hit this guy now if I want to. I probably want to move like this guy like up here, so basically he takes a, you know, brunt of damage, this guy like avoids it. So we can level up. Maybe. Because the thing about this Templar is they'll actually inflict so much damage that, like, you know, my guy might go down if I'm not careful. But you know what? Maybe I'll actually do it like this. If I got a level up, he's gonna like get a full heal anyway, so we'll try for that. You know, there's something I should basically know about this game, by the way. Nobody basically this click right here, this guy will try and run by this Griffin, which means I'll have his red flags over here and, like, you know, get engaged with him first. As a cute little trick, by the way, if you basically hit Control key and, like, you know, hit like the, you know, destination, you actually avoid like all, like, you know, encounters that are like on the way to the destination. Which basically means it'll take a little longer to basically get there, but you know, you basically avoid any fights.
Get them!
So let's get down here, we'll hit this guy like so. Let's get rid of the ghost so it doesn't like, actually paralyze me anymore. Hit him. Hit him. Yeah, we're gonna focus on him like crazy, but you know, that's fine. Look by this guy's ward to like this guy's attack here, because he basically has a ward to, like, you know, the first like strikes basically hit him. So not the thing with this Templar here is basically like, you know, a very cleansing resident chosen immune to the elements. Afterwards they're known as Templars. Basically these guys right here basically they're all about, like, you know, being immune to, like, you know, damage. So this guy can, like, you know, be avoided to, like, you know, fire, water, earth, and, like, you know, air damage basically. So this guy's gonna hurt him for like the first like shot there. Let's do that. Oh, we missed him. Or actually hit him, but not for enough. Hit this guy next. Okay, that time he missed him, so he basically just didn't do any damage regardless. Heal up some more. Here's gonna wait for this guy right here. Now, don't bother if I basically attack this guy again, you'll probably like hit him, so there we go. Basically, like, you know, he missed that first time for the warp, but you know, the second time he was missed, like, you know, just because he missed. The third time I was able to get free of warp because I got rid of it already, so basically I hit him. And there we go. There's our, like, you know, our second witch hunter right there for like our power right here. This guy's like, you know, getting toward being like, you know, his like Inquisitor status soon. Alright, so this was basically controlled by like the undead basically the start of a mission, but whatever. So, Uran. Ugh. You will all feel pain. Ugh. Don't you worry. Your turn will come. Alright, so this is basically ours for now.
I'm listening.
We're gonna keep flying up toward here.
My liege.
I'm listening.
Alright, at this point we basically have, like, you know, a lack of money, but you know, we can still like do stuff, I guess. Speaking of which, let's get ourselves a new hero. So, I'm not basically like, you know, for those who haven't guessed it, by the way,
I'm listening.
this is actually a name of like one of like basically YouTubers that actually did, like, you know, play this basically for this game already. on the Huna basically like over here, he actually did like plays basically like for all like the factions, and he basically done very hard difficulty with like the Death Knight, the Pegasus Knight, the Duke, and the the King's Guard. So basically that's basically this guy basically known for like Disciple Spy, so to speak.
Redemption is near.
I'm not really basically gonna make ourselves like another like party here, and the Arc Mage Hero I'm basically gonna make here will be called another guy basically called like Herzena. So this is like another name of like a guy who does like YouTube plays basically for his game, and I only basically recently found it out there basically did like the plays for his game, but basically Herzena here is basically a guy who like he played all like the factions basically for his game on like the average difficulty, so to speak. So if you're looking for like a more newbie sort of like player, this guy's basically the guy to go for. And under this guy, he's a little more like big stuff of like the way he basically play with like sometimes he basically play with like the the Pegasus Knight, sometimes he play with like the the Nosferat for the Undead. I think for like the the Doors he basically play with like the the Engineer, which is basically their like Ranger Hero. And I think he played with the Mage basically for Legion of Damned, so that's basically what he basically did for like his like playthrough, but whatever. And we're gonna give this guy basically like the scroll of of healing. We're gonna like the staff of holiness, so like basically use it on our guys as necessary. So we'll do have him. I'll probably move him basically over here at this point, so
My services are required.
he'll be a little closer to like, the front line, so to speak. So we'll do have him. Should probably send someone over here to like these like our place as well at some point, but we'll do it like soon, I guess. We probably don't really care about that, so whatever.
Mage.
By the way, I should probably note that at this point, the Undead only have their capital, what they're basically captured down here. At this point, they're not like anywhere present in top now, which is nice. But whatever. Let's see here. I think we'll take out this Griffin basically next to get rid of him. And let's like try to like clear out what's basically up here, I think. So that will be the plan.
Get them!
So here's a Griffin, by the way. So Griffins live in the realm of the elves. Often use as mounts. They're a serious threat when encountering battle. So very high damage on this guy, but we can basically take him out probably if in like one round if I'm lucky. So one big hit to him. Two big hits to him. Three big hits to him. Oop, we missed him, but that's fine. One heal to him and then dead. So that's it for the Griffin. Good experience for us. There's a Staff of Thunder for my Wizardic use if I want to too, so hooray for that. And we'll basically see what's in the corner map over here.
For the High Father.
Werewolves. I'll show off what they're all about later on, but they're there basically.
My services are required.
And you guys can just, make your way over here, I guess.
I'm listening.
I might give him, give this guy basically, like, which hunter I have over here, so I might do that in a moment, we'll see. But first thing first, let's plant a rod over here, so basically get access to, like, this, like, mana here. So that's ours now.
My lord.
You get over here.
My liege.
And look at that, we still have the front base over here to deal with, so that'll be fun.
Get them!
So here's a troll, by the way. Preying upon the lands, the trolls are fearsome monsters that possess the ability to regenerate each day. Not sure if they actually regenerate these guys, but they basically hit for like massive amount of damage. Very low initiative though. He might get a couple turns, we'll see. So someone's probably gonna die. One big hit to him. Kill that guy off here, has a chance to hit me. Hit this guy here. Just miss. And ow. So this guy's probably gonna die, but we'll try to like heal him up if we get a chance to. Hit this guy. Hit this guy. Hit this guy. Yep, down he goes, but whatever. Good experience for killing a troll basically, so that's nice. We'll get his loot basically next time, and then maybe go after this troll in like the worm space over here we're getting around to it.
I'm listening.
Now Now, I can't remember, but I think there's actually like an air passage over here as well, but you know.
My lord?
We'll leave that until we get around to exploring it, basically. Okay, you're getting there. Actually, pop out here for a moment.
For the High Father.
You're gonna give this guy his, like, you know, his man here. So we'll give him this. Let's grab ourselves basically the fire over here, I guess. So you can go right there. I think I need her to actually come back here now to, like, you know, plant our rod. So we'll make her actually get back over here.
My lord?
This I can show it off. Here's like the Titan down here, basically. So a Titan is a trustworthy creature that is immune to that's basically critical strength and high damage resistance. So high damage, good, like, you know, or high damage, like, you know, good XP. Similar initiative to, like, you know, dwarves and stuff like that, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Oh, our city's actually too small for a Titan base to fit in, so let's make this, like, town a little bit better, I guess. But you can actually go to city by hitting this button on here. It basically makes it, like, you know, more, like, you know, units being contained in, more, like, variation, more, like, you know, defense, stuff like that. Costs a little money to do. We'll do that basically get ourselves a Titan here. And boom, this guy's got, like, a very good defensive army to like, defend himself with. So hooray for that. Ooh, nice, a Quicksilver potion. So this will permanently increase my guy's initiative by 10%, so very nice. Sapphire, also not bad. So this guy's now got initiative of, like, you know, 84 basically, so that's not bad at all. I guess we want to get ourselves some, like, you know, revivals going on at this point, so we'll head back to the town, I guess, to do so.
For the High Father.
My services are required.
We'll get in here. No problem, this guy's gonna cost more to, like, revive because it's basically, like, you know, higher level unit. As he starts to level up these, like, units here, it'll actually get, like, tougher to, like, level up and stuff like that, but you know, whatever. 96 HP, that's not great, but whatever, it's enough to, like, you know, probably fight these guys if I want him to. So let's take these guys on. Go off the package for some Imperial mana back here. Hit this guy. Hit this guy. Hit this guy. Oop! So we're after this guy up here because, like, you know, he was basically, like, you know, injured by this guy Orc here first, so that sucks. That hurts, but whatever. We'll just keep him alive. Good experience for these guys, at least. Now I, like, my rod player can come down here to basically plant his rod to, like, you know,
High Father.
get access to, like, this, like, you know, area here. Let's keep you going this way.
My lord?
You're fine where you are. So there's a shop right there, by the way. There's this over here. And this over here. Not enough gold base to do anything right now, so... I think it's lost their unit there, by the way. But whatever. Oh, they cut my spy finally, so we no longer have access to, like, you know, what we basically see there. Let's see here. This is probably my last turn here, but, you know, that's fine. Yeah, that's basically just all it is right down there. It's fine. So revive this guy up here. Do that for this guy right there. You might just leave this guy basically in, like, the cap, like, that town for a moment. That's just fine for him. Let's get you this way. And let's keep going this way for now.
My lord? My liege.
There's a quick kill for this guy. And let's just worry about this ogre for a hell of it. So, here's the ogre, by the way. Often stalking voyagers in narrow passages, ogres are as strong as they are fixed skilled. This guy's a little bit weaker than a troll, by the way, but you know, I think he has a little more damage to make up for it. Or maybe it's the other way around. Not really sure. Very resilient and high damage is what these guys are all about anyway, so whatever. That's what he's all about. And of course I missed him right off the bat. Wow, that sucks. Nice miss. Ow. I don't know why I attacked this guy down here, but okay, he did. Yeah, let's heal this guy basically up over here. I think this guy's gonna die for sure, so we're just gonna basically wipe out, like, you know, this guy as much as possible. Yeah, there it goes, basically right there, that's fine. So that's done. There's a shop down here to basically check out, but we'll do it next time, I guess.
Father.
My lord? My liege.
Alright, so let's just save the game here. I'll see you guys next time, basically. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed and take care.